Welcome to another retro unboxing, this time a parcel from Retro Format magazine. I will add the disclaimer straight away. I am a writer on this magazine and am involved in producing it. And at the time of recording, there is also a Kickstarter for the Retro Annual 2020, featuring material by the same team. So I backed the Kickstarter last year for Retro Format, and I'll put a link to Retro Format 0, the preview issue, in the descriptions. So in here we have Retro Format issue 1, Retro Format issue 2. So this is a magazine dedicated to many of the current retro formats, looking at new games, plus there are also features on hardware, and I'm also planning to discuss old TV and films and toys. So I hope you can see this light isn't very good today. We'll go back. So advert for Where Game Soundtracks Find Your Life, Respawned Records. Advert for Gunstar for the Tandy Colour 3, The Welcome, with names for everyone involved. Editor John Kavanagh. Competition. Name the game. Win a prize. Issue 1, September 2020. Big piece on the Amiga. Incoming and latest retro news. Reviews of games across Mega Drive, Amiga, CPC, ZX Spectrum, Nintendo, Spectrum Next, Amstrad CPC, Commodore 64, which I contributed, more Spectrum, MSX and PC, DSR 80 inspired, Future Classic Iconoclast on the PS Vita, Blast from the Past, Castlevania, and a feature on Mad Max. So we start with Mike Richmond, taking a look back at the Amiga computers. Advert for Feud Entertainment Software. Best games by genre for the Amiga, including some classics there, Turrican 2, Populous. Incoming, so a quick peek at some forthcoming games. The MW Ultra there. Retrospect GB19. Interesting visitor convention virtually in a Game Boy cartridge. A huge list of new and upcoming games across many retro formats. Review of Xenocrisis on the Mega Drive, which is now available on the Evercade as well. And also on Neo Geo, Sega Dreamcast, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4 and PC. So you can get a boxed edition or a digital version. And it looks fantastic, scores highly here. Bridge Strike for the Amiga OCS will run on AGA and CD32. Inspired by River Raid. J-Man for NES, ZX Spectrum and Amstrad CPC from the Mojang Twins. Bubblegum Brothers for Next. Kitsune's Curse, Amstrad CPC. Customized C64 reviews here. And the Swarm was most beautiful. Love that game. Fix It Felix Jr. Superb game by Antonio Savona, Steve Day and Saul Cross. Vegetables Deluxe, Mike Richmond and Double-Sided Games. The outstanding Millie and Molly, where you can rewind the puzzles. Cousin Horace for Spectrum. Elon M with a jetpack on Spectrum. Mike the Guitar on Spectrum. I know the author was trying to do a C64 version. Yazzie for MSX ZX Spectrum. The Outhouse, which is for PC but inspired by an old TRS-80. Every Game Going. Advert for collecting website. Iconoclasts for PS Vita, a Future Classic. Blast from the Past, Castlevania on the NES. And then a piece on Mad Max, the original film in that series. A piece for Grey Fox Books and Bitmapsoft. The Kickstarter backers list and Player clothing. Not all gaming t-shirts are great equal. So that's issue 1. We also have in here a huge poster. In fact, it's a calendar for 2021 with some great Anthony Stella artwork behind, so you can see it's highlighted the weekends, so we all get to play more retro on the weekends. And so on to issue 2. Cover feature is Command & Conquer, the remastered collection. The Beckoning website by Deft Beck. New pages every Friday. Issue 2's editorial and competition. Issue 2's feature on the PC Engine and the film The Woman in Red. So reviews across PC, Amiga, Mega Drive, Commodore 64, ZX Spectrum, Amstrad CPC, MSX, PC, a future classic, retro-inspired games, Blast from the Past, and a column on preservation through playability. So we start off with the spread on PC Engine, or TurboGrafx 16 if you're in the States, by Michael Cartwright, looking at the various variations of the hardware and some of the classic games. Review of Command & Conquer Remastered Collection for Windows, which does well, which includes several of the expansion packs. My review of the Amiga conversion of Raid Over Moscow, which I enjoyed playing. Coffee Crisis, Mega Drive, also available on Xbox One, PS4, Switch, PC and Evercade. My review of MW Ultra, absolutely incredible game. Shadow of a Hawk's Mill from Cytronic. Lord of Dragonspire from Cytronic, was also the Zap Annual 2021. Isle of the Cursed Prophet, one of my favourite games of the year. Make My Day, which was released by Games That Weren't. Bonnie and Clyde on the Spectrum, I did enjoy that one myself. Aliens Neoplasma for the Spectrum 1 to 8K. C64 version is coming, but will need a turbo feature, Super CPU or Ultimate 64 Turbo mode. Lost Treasures of Tollum on the Spectrum 1 to 8. Loco and the Time Machine, another Spectrum game. Red Sunset Amstrad CPC, looks interesting. Night Night from Prolific Juan J. Martinez. New game review, retro-inspired Broforce on multiple formats. Final Fantasy VII Remake on PS4. Chromatic Aberration on Windows. Hunt Down, Windows, Xbox One, PS4 and Switch. And the blast from the past this month is Hexen Beyond Hearth. Adverts for Future Software and Chronosoft. Preservation through playability. And finally the film feature this month, The Woman in Red, fantastic film featuring Kelly LeBrock and the late Gene Wilder. And the back cover, Adventure Quest 8-bit Dungeons and Doom Nights on the NES. So I hope you've enjoyed this look at Retro Format issue 1 and 2. And look in the links below for my look at Retro Format issue 0, the preview issue, and the link to the new Kickstarter for the Retro Annual 2020 from the Retro Format team, which will contain lots of new material, articles and interviews, and also gives you the chance to subscribe to Retro Format. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and more unboxing soon.